Hey guys, welcome back to Brick System Brothers. My name's Nathan Masters. I'm doing another workshop tour. Last time I did this was about a year ago, so a lot has changed. I wanted to walk you guys through what has been updated, what's kind of stayed the same, and there's a possibility I'll be moving, so this might be the last chance to kind of see how things are set up this year. But we'll start with this. This is kind of the newest part of the workshop. This is actually a door, and this is making kind of an extended part of a workbench. So a lot of my in-progress stuff is right here, and then when I'm ready to work on it, it gets moved directly to the project table. This is obviously the focal point of the room where I do a lot of building and sorting. So this kind of is now a staging area. Unsorted pieces are here, and then as I get stuff worked down, for example, this would be sorted tiles into the tiles category, but mixed types of tiles within that bin. So there's different groupings over here, I guess, and it's already pretty much filled to the top. So that's kind of full. The shelf area was here before, and this has been filled in a little bit more, but again, still acting as a bit of a staging area. Right now, the most unorganized stuff is still some of these hauls that I haven't inventoried yet. So eventually this will be placed on the table, the work table, and I'll get that work down, counted and inventoried, and that will open up a nice big spot here. Some of the other stuff over here is built sets. So there's a Y-wing, blacksmith shop, Sopwith Camel. Some of the stuff that takes up a lot of room that's kind of harder to store elsewhere just gets relegated to the shelf side. A little bit of sorted storage here as well, but most of that is either on the floor or in the Akro Mils. Stuff on the floor is in these large Sterilite bins. So the first time I bought these was for the job lot, and at first they were just main category sorting bins. And after I started working through the job lot categories, I had these on hand, so I started using them for large categories like bricks. This one here is windshields. This one is unsorted, kind of a mixed Technic category. And then I also have the large subcategories that are getting sorted down. So like over there was the tiles, this one is the bricks. Eventually that will get parted all the way down. So a range of those larger bins, and then recently I've been buying a lot of the shoebox size Sterilite bins. So once I started going to this size, there wasn't really anything in between the large and the Akro Mils, and the Sterilite shoebox size is kind of that in between. So that's as you work your way around here, that's what I got. My desk used to be here, that's now upstairs, and in its place is kind of this dresser. So I'm not utilizing this as much as I could. It's got a surface on top, and that's pretty much full all the time. I've got two of the drawers taken out, and that's where I have a little bit of kind of a shelf system. So I'm doing a little bit with those. The other thing that these could do is be like a set storage to keep the dust off of them, but I'm not doing a whole lot of that right now. Actually, the lower two drawers are kind of blocked off by these sorted bins, so kind of leaving these accessible, and the dresser really is just serving as a top surface right now, kind of off to the side from my main work area, which is here. So this wall right here hasn't really changed too much. I added in the hanging gardens bins, so these are nice to get the stuff that is in the Akro Mils that's too full has been getting moved down to these, and these are really accessible. They're open on the top. For sorting, I can just toss pieces right in on top of those. So these are categories that I access a lot but are too big for Akro Mils. It's kind of a sweet spot for those. And then these 7 units, used to be 8, are still mostly the same. As pieces get too full for their drawers, they get rearranged a little bit, but by and large, these are the same parts that they were last year. Now, working around the corner, this is the side that's completely new. I did a whole video about actually building this wall and starting to fill it in, and I think it's been featured a few times here and there in different videos, but this now has 5 Akro Mils units with room for one more, and there's room for another one here as well. The only reason I haven't filled these spots in is because the price of these has been getting really high. So it's kind of a combination of supply chain and the demand for these I think is really high, and the price is pretty much doubled. Instead, I put a little bit of money into using the shoebox size for the kind of a next step up on the storage side of things, and I built this custom sized cubby kind of shelf system. So this is a grid of 7 by 6, so there's 42 different slots in this grid, and mainly right now this is plates and slopes. There's a few things that are not plates or slopes, but that's what is mostly in this area. I had the slopes in an Akro Mils, and then when I upgraded to the Sterilite, that opens up an Akro Mils. So what these do, it's kind of a waterfall effect, and as I get pieces into these larger Sterilite bins, that starts opening things up that are smaller down the line, and then I can put pieces in there. So that it kind of works its way through the collection, and I can get more things sorted over time. Workbench here, this is about the same. Actually, this is just kind of a board that's up on top of 2 other bins. I don't use these too often. There's a few things in them, but mostly it's just to get it up at a nice, comfortable working height for me. And this is a standing height. I don't have it like chairs down here. I think it's just more mobile overall to be able to walk around the whole area and access all my different storage. So yeah, what's up here right now is just a little horse trailer that I finished up, and since this is done, the parts that I didn't use will be getting sorted back out. But this is just a nice space where I can get a lot of different pieces out on the workbench at the same time, see what works and what doesn't, and then when it's all finished up, ready to go, it's very close to what I do have sorted out and can get packed away. So yeah, I like this space. I feel like I have done quite a bit to make it more to what I do with Lego, building and sorting wise. I'm sure that there's more that could be done with it, but I like to have a balance between actually using the Lego in my collection and building a space to use the Lego. So early 2022 look around the workshop here after a year of using the space pretty consistently, and still pretty happy with what I've got set up. So thanks for watching, guys. If I do end up moving and have space for a Lego room, we'll probably see something different later this year. But other than that, this is what it will probably look like going forward. See you next time.